Today's the last day. I'll see y'all this week, so I'll see you again on Monday. But we're going to get to like our final level of solving equations. Maximum difficulty is what Ethan said. It's today, okay? So there's like one more added thing that we're going to look at when we get to these equations in a couple pages. That one more added thing we know how to do. So it's not something brand new, but we're just merging stuff together. So I just need you to hear me. We know all of these skills. We just have to tie them together. And once we do, it's going to be tied a nice pretty bow, and we're going to be able to get an answer. So we're still kind of working on our multi-step and equations and inequalities. Then I'm done teaching you for this unit. Next class, we're going to do another check for understanding during that class. Probably give you some time to practice. We've got a test review. Your test is the following. So like we're done with new material today. So keep that in mind. It's just all about practice now. The only way you're going to get good at these is if you practice, practice, practice. It's just what we do. So I kind of left off last class with the special solutions right here, okay, on page 9. So I want to jump back to that really quickly. And then we'll kind of get back to our regular stuff. So they're special solutions. It's a special case. It's not going to happen like 50% of the time, but I would expect to see it, I don't know, once or twice. And I want you to know what to do. So when you look at these problems, you may not know right off the bat that it's going to be a special solution. Can you close this, please? But let's talk about what we would do. So if I have my equation here, 4x minus 4 equals 4x. Remember our steps. We want to clean up each side. Do I have anything I need to do with 4x minus 4? Any distributing, combined like terms? Nope. The other side, it's just a 4x. That's done. But how many sides do I have an x on? 2. And I only want it on 1. What's going to be the easier move here? To move to the right or to the left?
To the right.
To the right. Why is to the right a little bit easier? Where's your constant? There's only 1 and it's already on the left. So we kind of want to look at that and think about what's going to be less work for me. So how do I move this positive 4x across the line? Minus. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. Okay? So 4x minus 4x, what is that? 0. It's going to cancel. Simplify to 0. What's going to drop down here? Negative 4. Drop down my equals. Okay, I got another 4x minus 4x. What do we say that was? 0. Where'd your x's go?
Nowhere. It's good.
Gone. They zeroed out. You can put 0x. That's fine. I just typically, if my x's drop out like that, I just kind of lose the x and just put the value of 0. So this is what I mean by special solutions. If the x's zero out like that, gone, you got to look at what numbers are left. I'm left with a statement that says negative 4 equals 0. Is that true? Is negative 4 the same thing as 0? No. So is there a solution to this problem? No. So I'm going to write that this statement that I was left with was false. Okay? Negative 4 is not equal to 0. If you're talking about a bank account, $0 and negative $4, not the same. So that means my answer would be no solution. There is no answer that could make this equation true. And that's possible. It's very possible for that to happen. Now, if you turn in your test next week and you get no solution on all of them, do you think that's going to be a good grade? No. But if you turn in your test and you got no solution one time, it's possible, okay? But that's not going to be an every time thing. There's special cases.
So when you get 0x,
if your x's drop out. Now, there's another one. So you got to look at how I wrote false.
all real or something.
Correct. So how I wrote false is not my answer. False helps me get my answer. So let's look at this one. X minus 4 equals negative 4 plus x. Draw your line. Do we have to distribute or combine like terms on the left? Or the right? No. I'm going to continue to move my variable first. I think it is easier if you deal with your variables first. So do y'all want to move to the left or to the right with our variable?
To the left.
To the left, okay? How do we move a positive x to the other side? Minus x. Minus x. Notice, when I write my minus x, I am lining up my like terms. I am writing minus x underneath an x. Same thing over here. X minus x.
0.
Zero's out. Negative 4 drops down. Negative 4 drops down over here, but I got another x minus x. What would we say that was? 0. So, our x's dropped, zeroed out. Special case, special case. Look what's left over. Is negative 4 equal to negative 4?
Yes.
So what does that mean?
Infinite solutions.
Infinite solutions. So this equation is true, which means you can write all, or you can write infinite, or you can write both, I don't care, solutions. So that means the equation is already balanced. Any number you plug in is going to make that equation true. All of them will. Plug in a negative 4. You can plug in a negative 2,000. And you are going to get a true equation. But these special solutions arise when you accidentally take out both of your x's. Okay? So those are all possibilities. Let's talk about 11. One more special case is going to happen, and then we'll jump to some other stuff. We got an inequality here. You guys, this next test, it's 2 separate grades. One of the grades is all equations. Equations have a equal sign. The other test is inequalities. Those have the number line. Those are when you divide, or flip the sign when you divide by negative. You got to be careful there. Okay? So here's an inequality for you. Draw your line. Okay? Do we have to distribute on the left-hand side?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Because there's parentheses. 3 times b is 3b. 3 times 1 is? On the other side, do we have to distribute? No. Let's just write it down. And I'm also going to just bring my sign down with it. I would keep bringing that sign down. Because I've seen some of you guys that it will start with an inequality and all of a sudden you switch it to an equals in the middle. Don't do that. Okay? Okay. Remember, my hint with inequalities. What side is easier to move your variable to? The left. Okay? We're picky with these guys, these inequalities. We want to move to the left. So how do I move a positive 3b? Subtract minus 3b. Notice I'm going to line it up underneath the b over here. Here we go again. This kind of makes sense. This is under the special solutions. 3b minus 3b is? 0. Gone. We've got, I'm going to drop the sign. 15 drops. Again, on the left, I got another 3b minus 3b, which drops. Zeroes out. So I'm thinking, oh, something weird's going on. I got to look at my inequality, and I got to say, is it true or false? So I'm just looking at those constants. I want you to move the variables first. This is why. It's way easier to understand if it's true or false if you're just looking at numbers. So please move those variables first. Now, this does not say 3 is equal to 15. It says 3 is what? Less than or
Equal.
is that true? Yes. So then if you get something true, what does it mean? Infinite solutions. And we can't graph those. Well, actually, I guess you can do infinite. On the number line, you just like draw a line over it. Like that. What if I got, let's do some little practice right here. Is this a true statement? True or false? That's a 3. I don't know why it's a little curly like that. That's false. So your answer would be no solution. What about this?
True.
Why is that false? Because of no equal to. So your answer would be, what about this?
Yes.
True. So what would it be?
True.
All are infinite solutions. Okay? So the equations are a little bit easier because they like have to be the exact same number. Inequalities, you really got to understand that sign. Okay? All right. Let's go to page 11. We're going to do this warm-up together. I'm going to pick a couple things that we're going to do together. Page 11. All right, I want y'all to pick 2 problems on page 11 that y'all want me to do with you. Number 1. Whoa, are you on page 11?
Yeah.
Number 1? I think 4. What about 5? 4 and 5. Let's commit to that. So we're going to do the warm-up. We're going to do 4 and 5, and then I'm going to give y'all some work time. And then we're going to do a little bit more on the back. Okay, here we go. Warm-up. You guys know where I got this question?
No.
Where do you think? Not Delta Math. The STAR test. Okay? I typed it in from the STAR test. So I want you to look at the vocabulary here. There are a few multiple choice questions on your test. Which multiple choice is great because it kind of gives you an idea like whether you did it right or wrong. But I am going to make you show your work with your multiple choice, okay? So first of all, let's make sure we understand what the problem is asking. Which value of x makes the equation blah 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 true? What does that mean? What is that telling you to do? I'm writing it. To solve it.
Solve for x.
Okay? Find the solution. Solve for x. X is the solution. So they can ask that several ways. Solve this equation. Find what value of x makes it true. Find the solution. They love to just ask the same question 4 or 5 different ways. But we know it's all the same work. Okay? All right, we got decimals here. We're cool. We got a calculator. Draw your line. Do we have to distribute?
Yes.
You don't have a page 11? No. What happened to your notes packet? Okay, so we said we have to distribute because we've got our parentheses there. Are we going to panic when there's decimals? No. Get your calculator. 1.25 times 4x. What are we actually multiplying here? Times 4, and then we're going to write an x next to it. So I got a, hey, looky there, that's not bad. 5x. Y'all need to be typing this too. I'm not going to be with you on your test to type stuff for you. What's the next one? 1.25 times negative 10. Why did I say negative 10? There's a minus sign in front of it. So what's that number?
Negative 12.5.
Negative 12.5 equals 7.5. Okay? So we had to distribute. Do we have any like terms that we can combine on the left or the right?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Remember the line. The line is the divider. X, no X, nothing. Just a constant over here. That's what I'm talking about. You're looking for like terms on the same side. That line is so important. It is a wall in between the two. So you're looking side to side. Okay? Do we have 2 X's here?
No.
No. It's making our life easier. X is already on the left. Leave it. What do we move now?
This 12.5.
The negative 12.5. You're trying to get this by itself. So move stuff away. The negative 12.5 moves by adding. Because it's being subtracted. That's going to zero this out. 5x equals, go to your calculator because we got our decimals here. I hate math with decimals.
20.
Oh, that works out nice. Okay. Brayden, what's my last step? How do I get the 5 away from the x? You do know. Yes, you do.
You know. Divide.
Yes. Divide both sides by, yay. Divide both sides by what? 5. And so we get that x is equal to 20 divided by 5 is? Does that match an answer choice? Yes. Okay, your multiple choice. I think there's actually more than one multiple choice on the test. You got to show your work to get full credit. Even if you just eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and you pick the right answer, you got to have work to prove it. Okay? So that's how I want you to show those. Y'all want to do 4 and 5. And then I'm going to let you work on these other 3 problems. And then we're going to do a few on the back. Okay? 4 and 5. Draw your line on number 4.
4 and 5.
I would star this problem. What does a star mean? Not the STAR test. I don't write that. But what do I write?
Important.
It's important. We got a test next week. I wrote it.
Probably gonna be on it.
I don't know if I wrote that, but I know what's on it. Okay? All right. Do we have to distribute on the left?
Yes.
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 12 times 2x.
24.
24 what?
24x.
Good. 12 times positive 11.
Wait, oh,
It's 108.
132.
What did you get 108? Did you do it in your calculator or your head?
No, I did it in my head.
That's why.
I would check it in the calculator.
No, it was close.
It was close. I appreciate the effort of trying to do it in your head, but I would definitely check in the calculator too. Okay? Do we have to distribute on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again. Oh, look. Got a 12 times 2x again. We already know that. 24x. All right. Over here, we got a 12 times 12. 144. Okay? Any like terms on the left-hand side? Look, I'm circling it. Are there any like terms over here?
No.
No. Remember, like terms. They both have x's or they both are plain numbers. Any like terms over here?
No.
No. How many sides do I have an x on?
2.
How many sides do I want an x on?
1.
1. Which way y'all want to move? It's an equation. So
Left.
You can go the other way. Left, okay? How do I move this guy to the left?
Minus.
What are we subtracting?
Subtract 24x.
24x. I'm lining it up under that. What am I going to line it up with over here?
24x.
The x as well. What happens?
0.
They zero. When they both zero out, remember, we're looking at true or false. Our answer is going to be none or all. So what's left over?
Plus
132.
132 equals
44.
true or false?
False.
What's your answer?
false.
No, that's not your answer. No solution. The true or false, I don't care if you write that down, but your actual answer is no solutions or all solutions. So the true and false is just to help you think, but I actually want you to write no solution or all solution. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Let me come look at it in a minute. Okay.
That's what I just said.
Number 5. Draw your line. Watch the negatives here. Do we have to distribute on the left-hand side?
No.
No. So what should we do? Just copy it down.
Copy.
Copy it down.
First.
You did.
Okay. Do we have to distribute on the right-hand side?
Yes.
All right. Watch the negatives, you guys. Watch the negatives. What are you distributing in? What kind of 7? A negative. So be careful. Negative. Remember, you are pressing the negative on your calculator, which is down here by the 0. Negative 7 times what?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. 42.
Negative, and then the next one's negative 56.
Negative 7 times what kind of 8? Positive 8, and that is correct.
Negative 56.
Good. Okay, that's our first set. Distribute if we need to. Y'all are getting really good at that. Left-hand side. Do I have anything to combine? Just look at the left-hand side.
No.
No. No like terms there. Like terms here? No. How many sides do I have in X? 2. How many sides do I want in X? 1. Left or right?
Right.
Move to the right? Okay. How do you move a positive 5X?
Negative 5. Minus 5x.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Over here as well.
And that's what we were doing the whole time before this. When there's special solutions, that's when it becomes problems. So let's move the variable first and then you fix
Watch your signs. Negative 56
special solutions.
minus 5.
And when you get a funky answer. Probably 0 is for something.
When you get a 0x, Ethan, that's when you're going to get a... Okay, did y'all get minus 61x?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to get it. Oh, no, this isn't that bad. Okay? All right, so if we committed, we put our x on the right, where do our constants? What's a constant?
Whole number.
Plain number. Plain number. Where are they going to go? X went to the right, constant's going to go to the left. So when we move,
42.
42, how?
Minus.
Good. Good. All right, I want you all to take it from here. Just watch your signs. I will work all of these on my notes and I will post them on Canvas, post the work. But real quick, just so if you want to write down the solutions to each problem, we can. So number 1, what'd you guys get for your solution as number 1? X equals -4. Okay? If you worked number 1, grade. Give yourself a grade, check or X. If you missed that, let's rework it later. Number 2, anybody get that?
5.
What equals 5?
R.
R. Is it okay if y'all don't like working with like an R? Can you switch it to an X?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. R equals 5 is your solution. And then number 3,
X equals -1.
X equals -1. Very good. Okay. Again, I will put the work, all the steps, I'll put that on Canvas for you. Okay. All right. We need to hop to the back. So here we are on the back. I'm going to do a couple questions with you.
That was 5.
Which one?
I got it.
And really quickly, we're going to write a few steps at the top. This is the highest level we can get, this page. There's a lot of problems on there. I'm going to work a couple with you, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of get to Delta Math. But we'll have these problems here for you to practice if you need them, okay? So we're at the highest level. There's one more thing we have to do, and I've been talking about it. We just haven't had to do it yet. So remember, when we go through these, I'm going to write small at the top. Step number 1 is to, what do we always check for first?
Light term.
Distributing. That's second. So we're going to distribute if we need to. Y'all have been doing that. We're getting good at it. That's not new. Here's the new part is step number 2. I've been asking about it, but we haven't seen it. What do I always ask?
Find light term.
If we need to, I'm abbreviating, combine like terms. Combine like terms. That's what we're going to see on this page sometimes. And that's a tricky step. So I'm going to show you a few examples and then we'll be good. After we distribute and combine like terms, and remember, that's on one side at a time. Then we always move the variable. And then we move the constants. And then step 5, isolate X. Typically by dividing. I would write this down. If I write steps, it's probably something you need to write down. Because if you're stuck, I'm going to say, where's your steps? And if you didn't write them down, I'm going to be annoyed.
I'm writing it down.
Thank you. If anyone needs me to read something, you can't see it because I was running into a staple and I had to write kind of small, let me know. Okay. Let's talk about number 6. First thing. Okay? I know these look like a lot. It's going to be okay. Star. I like this problem. Draw your line in between the equal sign. It's the highest level here, guys. Okay? We can do it. We've got all the tools in our toolkit. Do I need to distribute on the left?
No.
No. I'm going to write it down. 3x minus 5. Don't need to distribute anything. Do I have any like terms on the left? Why are 3x and negative 5 not like terms? What does the 3 have?
An X.
What does the 5 not have?
No variable.
Doesn't have an x. Okay, so there's nothing to do on this side. But what about the right-hand side? Do I need to distribute?
Yes.
Okay. What are we distributing? What number are we multiplying? Negative 8. Negative 8 times positive 6. Someone help me.
-48.
Negative 48. Okay. Negative 8. Positive 5x.
Negative
40x.
What's at the end?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay. So we distributed. Now I ask the question, do we need to combine like terms on this side?
Which one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Here is the new part. Here is the step that if you don't do it in this order, you're going to get it wrong. Okay? We have to put negative 48 and positive 1 together. Now, are they on the same or opposite side of the line?
Same.
They're on the same, which means we're not doing opposites. Remember day 1? When we just put stuff together, what do? We just add it up. So what is negative 48 plus 1?
Negative 49.
So I'm going to rewrite this as this. And here's what's tricky. When they're on the same side of the line, that's why that line is so important. They're on the same side, you just add them up. You only do the inverse operations when you're moving across the line. We weren't moving. We had to clean it up. Are we okay
Yep.
to get to here? Does this look familiar now?
Yep.
Yes, so that was the only thing that was new, is we had to distribute and we had to combine. But this is so important, and I promise you, you're going to see it. Okay? How many sides do you have an X on?
2,
How many sides do you want it?
1.
Take it away. Solve it. You are going to get a fraction. It's not going to look that pretty. It's okay. Go. Okay. So we had X's. We discussed. We had X's on both sides. Did you guys opt to move the 3x or the negative 40x?
Negative 49.
The negative 40x. How'd you do it? How'd you move the negative 40x?
X on both sides.
You what?
I added 40x.
Added 40x on both sides. I do think that's a little bit easier. Could you have moved the 3x? Sure. You can have negatives though. Okay, so we got to here. 43x minus 5 equals negative 47. What did we do next? What had to move?
Added 5 on both sides.
5 had to move. And then you get here. Bless you. 43x equals negative 42. And then you got to divide by 43. We write before we type, and we use alpha y equals. I will warn you, you are going to get some fractions that may or may not reduce on your test. I would prefer you to leave them in fraction form. It's easier, okay? If you use alpha y equals every time you divide, your calculator is going to take care of that for you. Please use that. So what is your solution to the problem?
Negative 42 over 43.
Negative 42 over 43. Looks bad, but it's not. Is your answer. So if you turn in your test and you got a couple fractions on there, are we going to be okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay? And we use alpha y equals to reduce it all the way. Let's try number 11. Number 11. We got an inequality now. How do I know it's an inequality?
Sign.
The sign. Okay? Okay?
Number 11, now.
Let's draw our line. I'm strategically picking these questions, guys. There's strategy here. I'm only going to do a couple more. Draw our line. Follow our steps. Left-hand side, do we need to distribute? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. What are we distributing?
Negative.
-4.
Negative 4x.
-4x. -4 times 5.
Oh, negative.
Negative 20.
And then what else do we have that we have to bring down?
3 X's.
We do.
That's weird.
But do we have to distribute on the right-hand side?
Nope.
No, so I'm just going to drop that down. We do have 3 X's. Good point. However, 2 of them are on the same side.
Clean it up.
Clean it up. Now, we're working one side at a time. I'm going to underline these 2 X's. Negative 4x and 6x. Are those across the line? Or are they on the same side? These 2. Look.
Yes.
Same side. So just put them together. Combine like terms. What is negative 4 plus 6?
2.
2 what?
X.
Minus 20 greater than or equal to negative 19 plus 3x. Now how many x's do we have?
1, 2.
2. But they are on
Different sides.
different sides. So now we have to cross the line. We have to use our inverse operation. So do y'all see the difference? With these two guys, and that's why like that line is so important, okay? You've really got to look at same side versus opposite. So same side, add them together. Opposite sides, use your inverses. But with an inequality, which way do I like y'all to move?
To the left.
To the left. So how do I move a positive 3x?
Minus 3. Yeah, that's negative 1x.
Thank you. Negative 1x minus 20. So x is on the left. That means the constants need to go to the... So we got to move a minus 20 by... You writing with me? These take a lot of space, which I didn't exactly give on this packet, so I'm sorry. Negative 1x is greater than or equal to negative 19 plus 20 is 1. Are we finished? What do we have to divide by?
1x. Negative 1x.
Negative 1, just the negative 1,
Negative 1, sorry.
because that's going to leave x alone. All right, divide by a negative. What do we do? Flip. Why do we flip?
We're dividing by a negative.
We're dividing by a negative, and 1 divided by negative 1 is
1. Wait, negative 1.
negative 1.
I got that, but it really confusing.
You will have to flip the sign on your test, so make sure you go with that. Number line it.
That's it.
Negative 1. It is going to be a closed circle. You are correct.
To the left.
And it's going to point to the
Left.
left.
Did you flip your side now?
I'm cold.
I had 19.
Okay, I like that question.
Your answer is different. Because of
Let's talk about 9. Let's talk about 9. This is going to be the last one I'm going to do, and I'm going to let you guys do delta math. Star number 9. What does that mean? It's important. You're going to see it again.
Would I get credit for this?
Okay.
No, it's wrong.
Does number 9 look scary to you?
Yes.
A little bit? Okay. Is number 9 a proportion?
Yes.
What is a proportion again?
I forgot.
Anybody?
Variables on the left.
One fraction equal to one fraction. Is this a proportion?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What do we know about proportions?
Butterfly method.
They're annoying.
They're annoying. Okay, yeah. Butterfly method. What is the butterfly method though? Cross products are equal. Okay. So we are going to multiply our cross products. Now we have to be very careful here. Again, there is a star by this question. There is one of these on the test. Okay. Watch how I set it up. This is the last problem I'm doing with you, and then it's going to be work time. All right? Until review day. I am circling. I'm multiplying 5 times the opposite side, which is r plus 5. How many terms are over here on this opposite side? R plus 5. That is. So what do I have to put in parentheses? R plus 5. This is important. Do you see how I set that up? If there is in your little circle, if there's a guy that has 2 terms, and there will be, I need you to wrap it in parentheses because you have to multiply the R and the 5. So what's the other side going to look like? 8 parentheses R minus 9. Once you get here, this problem is honestly easier than the other 2 that we just did. But you have to know how to get it there. And I promise you, you're going to see it. So show that, and then do you have to distribute on each side?
Yes.
Yes, but you will not have like terms. So it's just distribute, and then move. Okay? Work this problem. Then we're going to go to Delta Math, and you've got 5 problems to do today in Delta Math. Okay? Good job. We got to come back to number 12. We'll do that as a warm-up, though, next time.
Let's see.
What is that? 70.
Ethan, you need to work the load.
Yeah, I know. So I have-
It's bad.
You You are going to get a fractional answer again.
So do we do minus 25 or
Move the
plus?
variable first. Move the variable first. Did you do that already?
Oh, no. No, it's a good one.
There's no like terms here. That's what makes the problem a little bit easier.
Move the variable to the left. So, yep. So make that 8 off, yep, very good. Minus 5, perfect. So that's 5 minus 8.
Will be negative 97.
I got a positive.
Yeah, positive.
Positive what?
Alpha y.
97.
Alpha white.
Oh. I'm good.
Minus 25.
Did you finish this problem?
Can I go to the best?
Did you finish the problem? Yes. Take the pass. All right, then you shouldn't be talking if you didn't finish the problem. No, I heard what you were talking about. It wasn't about a math problem. Bracelets. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm going to post work to all of these problems that I skipped. I'll put the work on Canvas for you to check. We're going to come back to number 12, though. Number 12 is important, but we'll do that as a warm-up next class. So go ahead and after you finish, check your work on number 9 with mine. And then I want you to go to Delta Math. We need to get this assignment to 100%. You have space on the back of the page we're working at now. It's 10:07, which means you've got some time to get your work, your Delta Math done. And you've got 2 teachers to get help.
What happens when we get it done?
Then go back and finish these problems in the notes.
Alright.
Okay?
Let's do Delta Math.